In this module, we talked about the ASP.NET Core MVC request pipeline, how everything flows through this pipeline of middlewares, where custom middlewares go, how the filtering processing works, and when your endpoint is being executed. We looked at some built-in filters as well as the built-in middlewares that you've been using so far. We have learned now that the order of the middlewares is really important. If you add them in the incorrect order, you might end up having some really odd issues. You can experiment with that on your own and see what happens. You learned how to introduce custom middlewares, both by simply adding them in your program.cs file, but also by implementing the I middleware. Both of these are great ways to illustrate how ASP.NET Core works internally. We then built a filter that we used throughout this module, a timer filter. We did this in two ways. First, we implemented the iAsync action filter that we have to append as a service filter on the action. This is done because then we can make use of dependency injection and get things injected into our class. Later, we implemented the action filter attribute, which we can very easily inherit from and append to our actions as well. It wouldn't support dependency injection, so therefore, use the one that's appropriate for your scenario. We then got a very brief understanding of how to use authorization and authentication in our applications. This is a very big and complex subject. There are hour-long courses on how to do this properly. Security-wise, it's a complex subject, but I've now shown you how to get the bare minimum of setting the authentication cookie to allow you to indicate that you're authorized to then execute a specific endpoint. Understanding this together with the middlewares and routing is extremely important. In the next and final module, we are going to be talking about introducing an additional area in the application, as well as using caching, testing, a little bit of scaffolding, and distributed systems.